And hello everybody, welcome back to another tutorial. So now we will be doing the adding the image to the HTML web page thing, pretty cool, all of that. Now one thing I just want to add is I'm doing it without any background music, because in my earlier videos when I watch them again just to see if they're all okay and stuff, the music in the video kind of bothered me because I couldn't really concentrate on what I was saying. So there's going to be a poll that's going to ask you if you want there to be music in the tutorials, or if you like it if there's no music in it. Okay, now without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first up we're going to try and get an image onto the web page from the web itself, meaning it's not coming from your files or anything, it's coming from the internet itself. So let's just go search up a random image or something, and then we can add it into this, and I'll show you everything. Let's just first get that image. Okay, now I think this is the first time we are going to be doing sources. Now sources is where whatever it is you're using is coming from. Like if you have an image, there's usually a link which is the source of the image, like from where it begins and stuff like that. Now I'm going to copy that link, and it's going to give me a source, like a source link, and I'm going to put that into the code and it will give me the image. But there's specific things you have to put in first. Now first off, let's go get the link. Also, one thing to know, if you go to do not copy the link from here. If you're going to try and copy anything from here, you're just going to get a basic error. What you want to do is you want to find the image you're looking for and actually click on it and go to the to the site itself. I prefer making in specific a menu for whatever you're trying to do, because I find it really useful when I try to search my things up and I go to a menu where they give you a link and all of those things. I upload my images there, and so I'm going to copy the image and I'm going to show you how to put in the code and everything. Okay, so here I found my image. It is from my Steve's Teacher Mino. Now I'm going to just copy this link and I'm going to show you guys how to insert an image. Okay, now to start off, you open it, you put in img for image, and then here's the source, SRC. It stands for source. This is where you paste the link. You put in equal and quotation marks thingies, and then just paste it in, and boom, there you should be able to use it. Now you just close it off, and that is basically the image. So let's just quickly open up this HTML and see how it looks. Okay guys, also in the alt attribute, I seem to have left it out in this tutorial. It is very important. If the image cannot be displayed onto the web page, then the alt attribute will basically tell the person, hey, this image is probably broken or something. We don't know what's wrong, but it doesn't work. So it's the same. So after you paste the source code, you say alt equals quotation marks. Inside of that, you say whatever it should say whenever the image doesn't show. Or I think at least that's what it does, what it probably does. And now guys, when you want to get an image from a gallery, let's say you already have it there. Now what you want to do is it's the same process. Everything is exactly the same except its source. I prefer that if you keep the image in the same file to make it easier for everyone, or especially for you. And when you zip the file or something, it's also easy and all of that. Now you give it an easy name like let's say it's about a person, it's like your girlfriend. You give it a name like gf.jpg, png, whatever comes after the dot. And it's the same thing with the source code, except instead of a link, if it's in the same folder, then you put in the name instead of a link. Like let's say it's gf.jpg. Then in the source you put in gf.jpg. Like I'm going to put in my beautiful waifu virgo.jpg, and I'm going to put it into this web page. Now to do that, it's going to be, the source code is going to be virgo.jpg. Spell it correctly. If you don't, it's not going to work. Now if it's not in the same folder, you should direct the path to it, like let's say it is desktop slash something slash then the image name. I don't do that because it's too complicated for me. I don't like it. It's too much effort. I'd rather get it from the internet or just put it in the same folder. And now we'll be like doing the image resizing. Like let's say you don't want it that big on your web page. It's too big, you don't want it, it looks bad, or you want it bigger or even smaller or whatever. And so you want to change like the height or the width or just something, just so it doesn't look that big or that small. Now let's get right to that part. Okay, we'll start off with the height. It's the same thing with the source. Everything's like the same way put out. It's like height equals and whatever. Now this is like the text, like the fonts. It can be px, it can be percentage, it can be all of those things, and the same with the width. Now you probably know what height and width is. Height is y, is the y-axis. Width is the x-axis. Now you see I made it smaller. Now I used px, but I can use percentages as well. Pixels just say how many pixels it is, and that's all. Now remember, here you can't use centimeters as far as I know. You can probably, I don't know, but for safety's sake I'll just say you can't. You can test it out by yourself. Maybe it does work, and I don't know because I haven't tested it out. I just use pixels or percentage, and here you can resize the image to whatever you want. And see, it's really simple, guys, and it's not hard to grasp. So it's just height and width, and both of them have equal marks, and you just put in the number that you want them to be in. Like if you want it to be 50 pixels, 50%, whatever, it will be as you want it. You can also add borders, guys. Now this is to like give it like a black thing around it, like you see that little black line that appeared. You can make it bigger with pixels. I'm going to just make it bigger so you guys can see. See, that's a border. And let's review what we have learned, guys. Okay, so first off, we learned about images, how to add them with sources, like use their source, stuff like that. src, main word. src equals quotation marks, and put in the link or the file path. If it's in the same folder, then you can just give it the name and it will automatically appear. If it's not in the same folder, you have to direct it to the right file, otherwise it won't find it. So after that, we learned about the height, width, and alt. So the image height is the y-axis, how big it is from bottom to top, from top to bottom, how long it is and stuff like that. Width is from left to right, x-axis. Now height and width you can change with pixels and percentages, but remember, if the image is big, the web page will take longer to load due to the image being bigger and need to take more data to load it. So use that with care, guys. Don't make it too big, but don't make it too small. Now next up is the alt. Let's review that. The alt is for in case the image does not show on the web page. If let's say the person's web browser doesn't support images, I don't know why it won't, but you never know, then you just add the alt, and if I'm correct, you put words in it it will make the words pop up and be like, hey, this image isn't working, get a new browser. And then we get to borders. Borders are black lines around whatever you have inserted. We have inserted an image, so the black line around the images, making it look better somehow, kinda, not really, but also making it more its own thing, making it look more like it stands at one side and not just camouflage itself in with everything else. And that's about all, guys. We have just done about everything we do need to know. And I hope this tutorial was helpful for you guys and you didn't struggle too much understanding anything. If you do have struggles, feel free to comment down below and I will re-explain it for you guys in a different way with text. And see you all in the next tutorial.